My skin looks flawless. Flawless. I will go like this. I will go like this. We flawless. Hey you guys, what's up? It's Vikeejeah and I am here to play with the Sephora Pantone Universe color correcting palette. So I picked this up last week and it is part of this year's Pantone Universe collection, which in my opinion was a little lackluster. Now the only thing that I wanted is the thing that I am holding in my hand, and this is the Correct and Conceal palette. This one is for medium to dark skin tones. I definitely plan to get the other one for my kit, which is for light to medium skin tones. I have already played around in this bad boy, so I'm just gonna do my best here. So as you can see, there are, actually I'm gonna try to hold it like that, that's better. There are 2 rows of color correctors, and then there are 9 rows of concealers. The areas here are marked by, you know, for somebody who's like a beginner and doesn't know what everything is supposed to do. They have this little chart that goes over top. It also helps to cover the product for when you're traveling and such. Just gonna try to line it up. There we go. And as you can see, it kind of indicates what everything is supposed to do. This is for brightening. These are for like dark circles and hyperpigmentation. All of these here, this is for brightening and neutralizing dark circles. This one is also for brightening and neutralizing dark circles. Now, which one you use is going to depend on your skin tone. Since I am like a medium to dark skin, in the range of dark skin, I ain't nobody's medium, like a medium brown to a darker brown, I would use these to do what I need to do, which is what I'm going to do today. The rest are going to be for highlighting or concealing. I'm going to attempt to use as many of these as possible today to achieve a full face. The palette, when you get it in the box, comes with a chart courtesy of Pantone Universe, and it gives you the names and functions of every color that is in the palette. It also breaks down the functions of those colors as well. Full chart, 2 languages. So without further ado, you guys, I have some beauty blenders on deck because brushes do not work very well with these products if you're trying to blend them out. These are very thick and creamy, you guys, and setting them with powder is a must if you are oily like myself. I've already moisturized my skin with a little jojoba oil, so let's get started. So I am going to go in to apply it with a brush. I've already tested it out, which is why this brush is dirty. And I am going to start closer to my skin tone. I think I'm gonna try this darker orange, which is like a salmon, like a really deep salmon color. I'm gonna use that to correct my dark areas. I have a really, like, I've been battling the hyperpigmentation for quite a few years now, and I've been playing with the idea of color correctors, but I wasn't sure if I'm an orange girl or a red girl and whatever, and I didn't want to buy a bunch of things to find out. So I just decided that since this palette came out, why not test it, you know, and see if I can find something with all of the colors in it. And sure enough, hallelujah. So I'm gonna take a beauty blender. And this is really good. This is a damp beauty blender. This one is from Real Technique, so it is not actually called a beauty blender, but you guys know what the heck I'm talking about. I am using it damp because it will snatch up the excess product, as you see here, and it just leaves me with what I need on my face, which is going to help with the patchiness that I experienced the first time I tried this. Since I'm looking at myself in my mirror as well, just to make sure that everything is turning out the way I want it. Since I'm of a deeper complexion, I actually like the red a little better as a base, but I want to go back over top with the orange. Let's test it out. I'm going to use the peachy orange down here. I'm just going to hit the darker portions with that lighter bit and then go over top. The wonderful thing about having the palette is that you can do this, like play around with it, and since I'm mixing the colors, I can get a more customized color correction. Yeah, that's really good. That slightly darker area is more neutralized now. So moving forward, I'm going to do the exact same thing over the rest of my face, and then I'll come right back. What I've learned along the way, especially about women of color, is our skin tones are complex. You know, we have, for example, myself, I'm a warm neutral, and that kind of can sound contradictory, but it's not. That's what I am. I am not just, you know, I don't have just red undertones, just orange undertones, just yellow undertones. It's a mix. And so I can't just go with, for example, drugstore foundations, because most of them don't have neutral options. Just applying it and then I'm going to blend it out, you guys. So I can't really do that, you know? So this color correction thing goes a long way to just neutralizing your skin, getting it ready for makeup application. And I'm just blending it out I'm pouncing, you guys. I'm not spreading the product around, because you don't want to move it from where you want to conceal or color correct. So I'm going to have, because I'm using like reddish oranges and peachy oranges, I'm going to have, it's not going to look exactly like my skin tone, but it is neutralizing everything. Like all my scars are disappearing, all my hyperpigmentation is evening out. It'll be much easier to get full coverage without as much product. I need to neutralize it because it's a little too red for my taste. So I'm going to go in, I'm going to clean off my brush just a little bit, and then I'm going to go in with the lighter, more neutral peachy tone, just to kind of bring everything together. This color, which is a very neutral peach, I'm going to take that around the areas where I want it to be brighter. I'm just going to dab it in. I'm literally just incorporating it into everything else that I just did. And I'm going to take the Beauty Blender and let that do the work for me. Now that I have color corrected, I'm going to go ahead and put foundation over this. I'm using my Hourglass foundation, and I'm going to start off with a conservative amount. I'm going to use half of what I would normally use. I'm going to take this foundation brush, load it up, and get to putting it all over the face. And this shouldn't take long at all, because I don't have any scars to cover up. Not anymore. I'm going to go over my eyelids as well. Three pumps should do one side of my face. So I'm going to take one pump of the Becca. Finish it up. You can totally see the difference already, right? I don't need to do like a harsh before and after. You can totally see. It's not, you can see the red from the color correct over here and you can't over here. It just looks I'm a fan. I'm a fan. And using the Beauty Blender first really gave me like an even canvas for this, and I don't have any primer on, you guys. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna finish up the other side of my face and we'll move on to the concealer. Now that we have color corrected and we have our foundation on, it is time to conceal. So I'm thinking I'm not gonna go too harsh with the concealer this time. I did a really bright concealer. I think I'm gonna go right around here, which is really close to my skin tone. I want to say it's a neutral. This is a neutral brown, and this one, for example, is a warmer brown, much warmer, a little redder. I think I'm going to go with this neutral brown and maybe mix in some of this if I feel like it's not bright enough. But I'm going to start here. I'm going to use a pointed foundation brush to do that. So I'm just going to go in. I wanted to use the neutral one. Yeah, right here. get a good amount on there. So I'm gonna do my whole face. And I'm just gonna apply it, and then I'm gonna use a beauty blender to blend it out. I'm gonna go over my lid as well. This is like, I use the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, and this is like using a Monde or a Monde instead of caramel. I would equate it to that. Alright, I am definitely not blending this in with the foundation brush. I'm just applying it, and then I'm just gonna do the under eye area first, and then I'll go over the rest of everything else with whatever. So here we are, new blending brush, nice and clean, or beauty blender rather. And we're just pouncing. Make sure you make the ugly face. This consistency is just to give you guys an idea, it's like, it's thick, it's a little gummy. I know that doesn't sound very sexy, but it does cling to your face very well. And it's much like highly recommended that you use a beauty blender to blend this out. Do not use a brush. I tried that ish. 'Tis patchy. Alright, so that gives me like a natural highlight, which I'm cool with. I'm not gonna mix it. I like the idea of a fresh face today. So I'm gonna take the slightly brighter one, since I still have some product on here. I'm gonna take the slightly brighter one down my nose and on my chin and highlight yada blada. So, and I should be able with that, just that one little dip to get that whole area together. There we go. And it's, you see how like nice and evenly it's blending out. Earlier today when I tried this and it wasn't coming out well, I was starting to get discouraged because I wasn't able to give you guys a Friday video this past week. And I was starting to get discouraged, like, ooh, do I need a break? Like, what's going on here? Is Vicky losing it? But, you know, I just needed to focus. I need to be patient and focus. I think everything is going to be all to the right. You guys are really cool. You hang in there with me, my J-Bays. Love y'all. I have on deck this translucent setting powder from Laura Mercier. Shake a little bit of it out. And I'm going to just take what's in the cap and set my eyes. And since I concealed the whole lid as well, I'm just going to get that together. Keep hitting my camera. This isn't a full bake, but I just want to make sure this sets without creasing. So I'm just going bananas. Side note, I think it's freaking amazing what like just getting rid of your scars on your face does for your face. You know what I mean? Like, we do the color correction and then we apply the foundation and then we do the concealer, and like if you just stop right there and take a look at yourself, you can actually see yourself. It's really interesting. Like, you don't have life on your face. You don't have the acne, you don't have the age spots, you don't have the bags, you don't have whatever it is that your trouble area is. You don't have it at that moment. You can just see yourself fresh. It's really interesting. And I find that sometimes we forget how pretty we are, you know, all those things that are like positive about us, like, oh gosh, you know, my eyes are really pretty, or I love the shape of my eyebrows, or you know, I have really nice lips, like whatever it is that you like about yourself. You sometimes can get lost in them because the flaws are overshadowing them. I'm not trying to get philosophical or deep on you guys. I'm just, you know, girl chat. Once the expensive ass dust settles, look what we got. We are at a place where when I did this before I got the color correcting and concealer palette, this is cute, right? It would normally look fine, but I feel like right now, having color corrected, that my face looks particularly like ready to go outside, kind of cute. Like if I just sprayed my face with my oil control setting spray, you know, put a little Gorilla Snot on the edges, and headed out the door, I could do that. A little brow gel, you know, lip gloss. Let's do a little bit of contour, just to bring some definition back to the face. She can talk. I'm going to go into, I'm going to do this one. I'm going to this one right here. And to do that, I have a contour brush. Yay! So again, I'm just going to set it with translucent powder. I'm not going to do anything like to take away from the actual color of the product. So I'm going to be using, again, just to remind you guys, a slightly warmer but deeper than my skin tone color. Stuck in your cheeks, ladies. And just follow the line from your ear to your jaw. Just don't go to your jaw, but that's the direction you're heading. Stop right there. And right away when I put it on, for me, it's only warmer than my skin tone, which I'm not really crazy about. So I'm gonna scooch over to this one here. It's in the middle. This one right here. I'm gonna use that one instead. And I'm gonna just go right over top. And since I did that, I'm gonna have to do it on the other side too. But yeah, that deepened it a little bit, which is fine. So now I'm going in with another beauty blender, a nice clean one, and get rid of that excess color. And try to keep it in the same space, because you can go over it with like bronzer and stuff to blend it in and take it up a little bit, but don't go down, just take it up just a little bit. I want to do something a little darker than that, but I'm a little scared now. I'm actually going to go into it with the beauty blender, see if I can get some more action. Yeah, it neutralized that warmth, which is what I needed. And then I'm just going to go around my temples with the rest of it. Can you see the difference right here? Total difference. So I'm gonna pinch it. I'm gonna dip into that middle one again. I'm gonna contour my nose. All the way into the brow. Flip it over to the clean side. Clean up that excess. All the way into the brow. Night and day. Boop. So I'm going to finish the other side of my face. I will be back. I always like to do a little bit of contour under my lip to give it an extra pout. Add some shadow. It does that. I'm gonna just take what's left to contour my forehead, because I'm not like a huge fan of a low forehead. I like my 5 head, thank you very much. And then I'm gonna set that with translucent powder. I'm just letting it melt in. And then when I set my face with a setting spray, when I use the setting spray to set my face, you'll be able to see everything much clearer. So again, you guys, because I'm not going anywhere today, I'm just gonna set my face with the Smashbox Primer Water. I figured I have 2 bottles of this, why not? And just drown yourself in it. Whew. And that's it, you guys. Here it is. The final look concerning complexion only. And this was with the help of the Sephora Pantone Universe Correct and Conceal palette in the tones medium to dark. I really love the outcome, you guys. I hope you did too. If you did, if you liked this review and demo, go ahead and give me a thumbs up on this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. If you're not a J-Bay, I don't know what you're doing with your life. Like, no, but seriously, you guys, go ahead and click that subscribe button so that you can be updated on the videos that I post 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Go ahead and comment in the comment section if you enjoyed this demo and review. If you own this palette or anything color correcting, let me know what your favorite products are. So until next time, you guys, all the information that you need is in the description box, and I will see you next time.